Okay, predictions for tomorrow. So that will be the 7th. So July 7th, that will be July 7th here in the United States. If you are in a different country, just whatever date is tomorrow. So, all right. So this will be for Aries all the way through Pisces and general messages. So let's see what's going on for Aries. Okay, and, ooh, all right. Ooh, nice, Aries. Okay, so this is pretty good. All right. So the first card, though, is the Four of Swords. So it could be like if something seemed like it was at a standstill or nothing was really moving forward, or maybe you were just taking a break or something like that. Or sometimes even, quite frankly, I mean, it can just be, resting and relaxing or boredom and things like that. But usually it's taking some sort of break where something isn't really moving forward. Well, then that's about to change because we do have Fortune's wheel here, which is akin to the Wheel of Fortune. So a very good sign that things are turning around and moving forward. Plus, you also have the cards of, first off, the call, okay, C-A-L-L. So this could mean a couple different things. It could literally mean the call. Maybe if you're waiting for something, perhaps you're waiting for a job to get back with you, or maybe some sort of love or romantic interest, or maybe something higher and more purposeful. You've been meditating a lot with the Four of Swords. That could be as well. But either way, it's something like receiving the call. So whatever that means to you, it could be just literal in like a mundane world kind of way, or it could be your purpose or a spiritual calling, something as grand as that. But here's the cool thing. You have the Ace of Wands after that. So some sort of new start, new beginning, something passionate, that motivates you and moves forward. That's what I see. So if you've been stalled, things will be moving forward in the next day or so. All right. So let's see. Let's look at Taurus. Taurus. See what's going on for Taurus. Taurus for tomorrow, please. Energy for tomorrow or the next 48 hours, please, for Taurus. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so for Taurus, we have, ooh, nice, very nice. I like the way these are coming out. Okay, so we have the card of love. All right, it's the very first card that shows up. This could definitely involve a Leo, since there is a big old lion right there. Okay, but it could just signify some sort of balance or harmony in the love. It's a very, very powerful type peacefulness to this love. Okay, I mean they're very secure and comfortable with each other. All right. And it takes a lot of bravery too, I would say, since it is a lion and, she's all snuggled up to him. So there's something about this relationship or this situation. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be any type of love, but there is something about it that requires this sort of, this brave trust in this person and them in you as well. And you have the Page of Earth. So if you've been waiting to hear from something or someone or what have you, or this can also represent children sometimes also. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic love, but whatever this is, there's news coming. Okay, so the Page of Earth is a good sign. Pages always bring some sort of news to us. Now, it is Pentacles, which are a little bit slower, so I'm not necessarily sure it's going to be in the next day or so, but it will be definitely in this time period, within a week, I believe. So with the Sun card and the Queen of Fire, again, these are very nice energy cards, and lots of Leo aspected here with the Sun card and the Lion featured on that other card. But with the Sun card, this is just happiness. It's a sense of rebirth, of growth, of moving forward, and things just seeming lighter and happier and moving to a more fulfilling type place. So it's a very, very good card. And then we have the Queen of Fire, which is the Queen of Wands. So she is very oh, nice. I just noticed that too. She has a candle flame held up there, and it's kind of hard to see the imagery, but there's actually a very pale, underneath that glow, there's like a red heart right at the heart chakra. So definitely this is love. This is most likely it's romantic, but again, it could be, with family or what have you. But since it is wands, that is passion. So, there's something here that is is very much developing and making you happy is what I feel. So again, this could be career. It doesn't have to be romance or anything like that. I mean, we have a lot of like love styled cards, but it could be the Page of Earth. Very well could be news about some sort of work or coming your way. It could also indicate something that just is a creative adventure for you, because the Queen of Fire she's also very creative and intuitive and all of those types of things. And the pages also, a lot of times they study things, or they find something that like really keeps their minds occupied and things like that. So, whatever it is, it's going to make you happy. All right. So those are really nice cards. So that was for Taurus. So let's see what's going on with Gemini. Although I don't know, you guys, Aries and Taurus took all the good cards. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. Geminis. What's going on with Geminis for tomorrow and about tomorrow and the next 48 hours or so? What's going on with Gemini? What's going on with Gemini, please? Okay. 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 Okay, Gemini. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So a little bit more messages here because I pulled 5 cards. So with the Hermit and the 3 of Pentacles, the Hermit card could indicate a Virgo in your life, possibly, although there's lots of different elements here, so not necessarily. But if you've been sort of, if you or someone maybe you are thinking of has been sort of stocked away, not really hanging out much, just kind of keeping to themselves. Maybe that's you, maybe that's somebody you're dealing with. Either way, the 3 of Earth indicates to me that you guys will start working together. This also indicates to me a little bit of spiritual work also could be, but not, it doesn't have to be. Either way, I feel like there's something changing here, like coming out of the cave, and starting to socialize again, or network again, or work with others again on some sort of project, or just if it's a loved one or something like that, you guys are just starting to come up with a plan and work together. Especially with the 6 of Swords and 8 of Cups, both of these cards are very similar in the fact that they are moving away from things. Okay, so the 6 of Swords a lot of times is moving away from mental anxieties and mental troubles and on the mental plane and whatnot. And the 8 of Cups is more about dealing with things that are emotional, that are holding you back, and having the will to move on past those. Okay, but both have a sense of, there's 2 ships, in both of these. So there's like movement here. So I do see things moving, and generally it's moving away from issues. Now we do have the card of temptation here. So I would just say make sure that you clearly are moving away from mental anxieties and over things that have been emotionally damaging, and not moving right into a similar situation. Okay, with the temptation card, and that could be many things. It could be love. I mean, there is a heart on the apple. I mean, there's a heart shape out of the bite. So I mean, this could be a love situation. Could possibly be a third-party situation with the 3 of Pentacles, and trying to move away from that you are tempted. So that could be for some of you. For others of you, though, whatever it may be, it could be work, it could be moving, literally moving, or any of those things. But just be careful that it's there's this big shiny chest of gold here, and there's this heart out of the apple. Just be careful that you're not moving away from problems just to walk into a situation that you like, or a person that you think may solve those problems. Just be very careful is all I'm saying. So I mean, these cards are great. It's fantastic to leave behind these issues, anxieties and emotional dramas and things like that. But just don't be tempted to just walk into another scenario where that's going to be. But I feel it's pretty strong. I like the 3 of Pentacles. I think that's good. 3 of Pentacles is always a good card for me. I like it. And it could indicate, too, this could be over the next 3 days. So, okay, let's see, Gemini. So are we on Cancer? Yep, Cancers. Let's see what's going on with Cancers. Give me general energy, please, for tomorrow for Cancers, or the next 48 hours or so. Okay, and Cancers. Okay. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, okay. All right, so Cancers, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So, and the Four of Cups. So these two cards are like, but the other ones are good. So the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Cups could indicate to me that you're kind of growing tired of a situation. Maybe that's something that you've put a lot of effort into. This could be work, this could be career, this could be a person, this could be any type of situation. So just apply it to whichever. But the Seven of Pentacles often indicates that we're putting in a lot of efforts, but we're not really seeing much of a return yet. The Four of Water, a lot of times too, can indicate a little bit of boredom and getting a little tired of the situation, and our mind starts drifting to the better times that used to be, and that kind of energy. It can also be a really nice contemplative type energy, but I get the feeling here with these two cards that it's not so much about like a nice serene meditation or something, that it's more about thinking about trying to escape all the work that you're putting in. You might be like really working a lot also, or just putting a lot of effort into this particular person or situation, and you just kind of want to escape from that a little bit. So with the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles is definitely a card of needing to move forward. So, and usually indicating that you are about to. And going into the Four of Wands, I'd say that's very good, because the Four of Wands is stability. The Four of Wands is something that is going to last and be there. So to me, the two of Coins also can be about choice. So I feel like right now, there's something, that some of you are working on and putting a lot of effort into. Again, it could be a career, it could be a person, okay, either or it can be other things too. I'm just going to use those two basic examples. I feel you're going to reach a point in the next day or two where you're really going to start weighing this out, because you're getting a little tired, you're getting a little bored, and in a sense of waiting for something to pay off. And I feel like you're going to start thinking then that you need to make a choice. Like, am I going to stick with this and commit, or should I go a different direction? So it's definitely going to be kind of juggling a couple things around in the next day or two, and could lead you to wanting to make a choice about something. But with the Four of Wands here, I will say the Four of Wands is a very nice, stable energy. So that's something to consider. So we have the Magician at the bottom too. So I feel like either one of these could be, the direction you go. But the thing is, with the Magician being at the bottom of the deck, I feel like that's saying, you have the ability now to make your choice, but choose wisely, choose the right cup in the, that kind of scenario. But the Four of Wands lends me to believe that whatever you are moving towards or putting this effort into and all of these types of things, I mean, it does definitely have potential, because the Four of Wands is a very nice card. So, and it is transformation. There is a butterfly on there as well. So probably stick with it for most of you, even though it's getting a little exhausting, but you have to use your intuition on this, absolutely. But it does have potential with the Four of Wands. Okay. So let's see, Cancers. Leos. Let's see what Leo's got. Leos, please. Leos, please, for tomorrow or the next 48 hours or so. Leo. Okay. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Leos. Okay. All right, and okay, and boom. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so with the Six of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Nine of Fire, we have the Ace of Water, we have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So the Six of Earth is a very balanced energy. Okay, so the Six of Earth in traditional tarot could mean receiving a little bit of a gift, receiving a little extra money, maybe a bonus, maybe you're due for a raise and you happen to get that in the next couple days. It could be any of those types of things, or it could just, the Six of Pentacles is just a very balanced energy. Just means everything's good, grounded, fair, all those types of good energies going on for the next couple days. So that is good. With the Queen of Swords here too, for some of you Leos out there, if you are having like any type of court dealings within the next couple days or within this week, I feel like this will move you forward and like you will do well with this. Okay, that's just for the few of you that may apply to with this Queen of Swords here. If any of you recently have been fired or lost a job or anything like that, I do believe there is an opportunity that is waiting for you that you will really love. And I think that could either pop into your head in the next day or two, like to send your resume out for it, or it could be something in the works and could already be, you know, there might be an offer made in the next couple days or so. So that looks good, especially if you've come off of something where you were fired or something like that, definitely. There is something here with this Nine of Wands that I want to bring up because this in this deck, it's a lot different than the typical Nine of Wands. But notice how she's just kind of letting things fall away, right, from her hand. And it's hard to see, but there's a little cauldron at the bottom of like a little like vessel of some sort with that she has a little like kind of mini bonfire going on in there. So fire purifies, okay? So it's like she's letting go of something, and I know this is going to sound kind of depressing, but here's the thing. Like, she's letting go of stars, all right? So stars a lot of times can indicate like our wishes or things like that. And I know I'm not saying let go of your star, you know, your wishes or anything like that. But there's something about being way too attached to them, or that maybe you need new wishes now. That's what I feel. I feel like as soon as this, like, she releases these like old wishes that aren't really valid anymore and cleanses them, you know, in the baptism of fire, you know, kind of thing, that this new opportunity arises, okay? And it's the Ace of Cups, so this could be love related also, but especially because, you know, some of you maybe with the Queen of Swords here, some of you might really have just been dealing with a lot of not really like thinking about love or anything like that, and just, you know, focusing on more cerebral type issues or logical type things, and feeling, you know, that we have the owl here, that you've gained a lot of wisdom about love and about this and about that, and oh, I don't want this anymore, and I don't want that, you know, I'm too wise for that, you know, that kind of thing, which you are, you know, in a sense, because it's the queen, you know, so she is that way. But there's also, I think, a little bit, I think there's just a little bit more to let go of that you've been holding on to a little. So that would be a good exercise for you guys, kind of, you know, to think of some things that maybe don't fit like what you really want anymore, and kind of visualize those things like going into the fire and burning away, because I feel like there's this new opportunity for you as soon as you let go of something that is outdated or outworn for you, and open yourself a little bit. The Queen of Swords is she's a little frigid, you know, and not super open to meeting people and things like that. I mean, she might be, you know, sociable and all that, but as far as love, like she's like too pragmatic, you know, for love kind of thing. So I'm thinking maybe open up a little bit, you know, because I do feel like something is trying to come in for you. Now, might not necessarily be love. Like I said, it could be a job offer or what have you. Put it into context that you will. But we do have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is a very, very strong card of stability. So, and the Nine of Pentacles too. So good, lots of pentacles, like high pentacles going on here, but I feel like there's just a little bit of something that you need to let go of in order to get to that offer of love, whatever it may be, romantic love or work, career, or spirituality, what have you. Okay, so that was for Leo. Virgo. After this, I'm going to shuffle, I'm going to bring the rest of the cards out I've been setting aside, and we'll reshuffle for Libras. So Virgo, let's see what's going on with Virgo. Oh, okay, the Nine of Pentacles just fell out. Okay, so let's see what else. For Virgos, please, in the next day or 48 hours or so. Okay, all right, so what do we have so far? We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so the Eight of Wands usually indicates some sort of message coming in, or some sort of little short trip, or just generally messages, typically is what that means. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Page of Cups at the bottom. All right. Ten of Wands. Interesting. All right. Okay, so for Virgos, for some of you, you may be hearing from someone who, like, especially if you've been involved in like a third party situation, okay, you may be hearing from that person. You may, they may be reaching out, but I mean, the Seven of Swords is here, so I mean, I don't think like they're like ending it, with their other person. They might say that or what have you, but the Seven of Swords indicates still kind of sneaking around. So if they were really free, there'd be no reason to do that. But I do feel like somebody will be contacting you, and I'll give you other scenarios that aren't love in just a moment. But I kind of sense that with this Page of Cups at the bottom, that could be the case. So I do believe you might hear from someone but they might already have someone, but they're interested in you as well. Okay. For other types of scenarios, with the Nine of Pentacles, a lot of times the Nine of Pentacles just represents a good, strong, empowered single person, male, female, usually female, but, it can be male also, either or. And with the Eight of Wands, again, activity, action. So like tomorrow might be kind of busy, or there might be some sort of a message that comes through. I think this message, the only thing I'm going to say about it, I think it has potential, the message that comes through, if for some of you, if that's what it is, if it's not just busyness in general, and it is a bona fide message, then I do feel like it has the potential to put an end to a lot of your burdens with this Ten of Wands, okay? But you really have to let go of old things, all right? Definitely have to let go of old things. She's burning all of these things in the air, that she's been carrying around with her, and she's finally setting fire to them and letting them go, So definitely have to let go of some things, but also be a little suspect, because the Seven of Swords, you gotta kind of, there's a little bit of underhandedness to it at times, okay, and it might not even be intentional, but it just is that way. So you definitely want to inspect the message like really well, see if the intentions are clear and good, and all of those things, especially too because we do have the High Priestess here at the bottom of the Page of Cups. So the High Priestess always urges us to use our intuition to its highest, okay? But the Page of Cups also is a card of showing a little innocence, also, and a little acceptance, and letting things open up a little bit too. So it's really nice energy, actually. Seven of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Well, then you do have the Fool card. Ace of Pentacles. All right, so just be patient with this situation. I think over the week or so, like there might be something about it that like this message comes in. You might just really be guarded about it or suspect about it, and rightly so, I feel. But I do think your intuition will kick in and let you know what to do. I do feel like you will be responding. Oh, they're going to start working in the workshop below, so sorry, I'll talk louder. But I don't know. I feel like somebody here doesn't really know what they want with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, or there might be distance between you guys. That could be too. But with the Fool card and Ace of Pentacles also, I think those are really good cards underneath. So I would say like the next couple weeks could be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle up for Libras. So we're getting towards the bottom here. So Libras, we're going to do, I don't know if I can shuffle these cards this way. I'm going to try it. They're so huge. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I got a few. All right. So we are going to do Libra next and see what the energy is, general energy. While I'm doing this, if you guys want, it'd be a good time to hit the like button or drop a little comment below. That's awesome. It'll help circulate my video. I've been on hiatus a little bit. I took some cleansing time away, did a lot of meditating and things like that. So I'm trying to ease myself back in here. I'll start taking personal readings back in about, probably by next week. So, all right. All right, one more of these and then we'll get started with Libra. Whew, it's hot. All right, Libra, please show me Libra's general energy for the next. Ooh, Hierophant. All right, what's going on with that? And boom, and that one. Okay. All right, Libra, what do we got? Whew. All right. So it definitely could be dealing with a Taurus, that could be, but the Hierophant also is, this could be something that is This could be work, this could be marriage, this could be a committed relationship, this could be your spirituality, it could be a million things with the Hierophant. But it is a very strong card. It is a strong, it has spiritual connotations, regardless if it's your work or what have you. But it deals a lot with your faith. Okay, so it doesn't have to necessarily be like religion in general, but it does have things to do with your faith in spiritual type energy. Okay, so I feel like that's a very good basis for you to be with for the next couple days. All right, to have a really good, solid faith in your spiritual nature, regardless of how things change or move or what direction things go. All right, just really stay grounded in faith and truth to your beliefs. Okay. And not rigidly, you know, I'm never a fan of rigid, but I'm just saying, I feel like that is kind of necessary. Especially, we have the High Priestess here as well. So the High Priestess with the Hierophant, I mean, these two cards they're pretty kick-ass, right? I mean, you know, they're pretty powerful, and they do lend towards, you know, spiritual type energy. Now, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, so a little bit lesser type energy going on here, but still important nonetheless. But I really want to focus on these two cards because maybe this is you and someone else. Maybe you guys are this like kick-ass power couple or something like that with really strong faith and belief and all of that. Or, you know, maybe this is just different aspects of you, okay? But whatever it may be, it's very magical, but it's also rooted in faith, okay? So that's going to be your theme for the next day or two, probably, well, it should, you know, for a while, but but definitely for the next couple days, okay? Because there is something here with the Nine of Pentacles and Eight of Cups. I mean, I don't get a really strong message from this necessarily, except that, you know, some of you, well, I'm not going to say I don't get a strong message, because for some of you, it could be a very strong message, because for some of you, it could be walking away from a marriage in the next couple days. So, and if so, you know, it's like, don't do that from a tarot reading, do that from your intuition, you know, for sure. And, you know, no matter how much a tarot reading validates where you're at or what have you, you still always have to listen to your intuition, okay? But, you know, for some of you, this could be a pretty major step, because this is a card of being single, this is a card of being married, this is a card of walking away. So that could be for some of you. For others of you, this could be work. You know, it could be like maybe you work for this like really major old school traditional type huge conglomeration, and you're deciding to go it alone. You know, that could be too. There's all kinds of different things this could be, but I'll give you, you know, on a lesser side, because not everything's like that dramatic, you know, within a day or two. But for some of you, it may be. So some like other kind of lighter meanings. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is just, it's a card of being single, all right, but it's a card of being empowered and being okay with where you're at and having faith that, you know, if it is, you know, a partner that you seek, that they will come, okay? But it's also more than just like romantic stuff. It's also being very empowered as a person. So generally it's a female card, but it doesn't have to be. It can be female or male, but it just shows that you're okay where you are, and you're very strong and you're solid, and just keep growing in that, because it's you are able to take care of yourself and from a very strong, confident place. Okay, so that's really nice. The Eight of Cups is, I like the Eight of Cups a lot, because what it does, it shows the potential to really use your willpower to walk away from something that you have a lot of emotional ties to, okay? And that's difficult. We all know how difficult that is, to walk away from something that we are very emotionally bound to. But the Eight of Cups is someone who has a lot of willpower to do that, because they know that it is the best answer. They have tried everything they can. They have done everything they can. They've exhausted the possibilities. They realize it just ain't happening, you know, and as much as they emotionally are invested into it, they also know that they need the will to just turn around, start walking, and not look back. Okay, so there's that going on too. So, all right, pretty heavy cards for Libra. All right, let's see what's going on for Scorpio. Scorpio, please. Some energies going on, general energies for Scorpio. For tomorrow, oh, okay, tomorrow and or the next 48 hours or so. Okay. Ooh, all right, 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Nice. All right, so we have the 7 of Earth, the King of Earth. Wow, that's interesting. 5 of Cups, and 3 of Cups. All right, let me take a look at that. That's a little odd. 5 of Cups and 3 of Cups. Okay. All right. Well, with the 7 of Earth, I mean, I don't know. I think Cancer might have had this. I can't remember who it was. But the 7 of Earth usually indicates that you've put a lot of effort into something, a lot of work, a lot of nurturing of your energy. You know, this could be a person, this could be a career, this could be a spiritual endeavor, artistic endeavor, whatever it means to you, your family, what have you. But it's like you're not really seeing the reward, and you're starting to get a little frustrated, a little exhausted. You might have been working really hard with the 7 of Pentacles, or still are, you know, for the next day or so. That could be. But the King of Earth is here. So, you know, the thing about the 7 of Earth is, you know, to me, like a lot of times, like I notice in tarot readings and stuff, like a lot of readers tend to read it more as a positive card. I usually don't. I don't like the 7 of Pentacles personally, because it's like, I don't think it's a very good card. I get it. It's like, you know, you got to nurture things for it to grow and build and all that. And there is something to that. But there's also something to putting a lot of effort and energy into something that's just not working either. So, you know, you got to kind of decide, you know, what feels right to you with the 7 of Pentacles. It's like, if it feels right to keep, because you know it's going to pay off, you know, then keep nurturing it, you know, go for it. That's fine. And understand it's going to take time, and it's going to test your patience and all that. But if you keep doing this, and you keep doing that, and you keep doing this, and you keep doing that, and you keep watering that tree and you're exhausted and all that, and like, you're not really feeling it, you know, that this is going to pay off, well, then, you know, that's where I say I don't always like the 7 of Pentacles. But I do like this, because we do have the King of Pentacles. So the reason I was saying that is because I do believe that this does have the potential, whatever it is, to keep going with it, because the King of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles. So we're going from 7 to King. Now, I don't feel like you're going in this in 2 days, but I think what this is here is to give you kind of like hope. All right. So if you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling like you're putting a lot of work into something. Now, again, this could be a person, this could be a job, this could be any type of endeavor, you know, put it into your terms. But I do feel like it could, you know, going from a 7 to a King is a pretty good sign, and with the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that this does have potential. So stick with it, kind of thing. But with the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Water, I mean, very mixed. This is super mixed energy to me. So this could be like maybe somebody you're dealing with, either that, or you are going to like just totally flip-flop in the next 2 days. All right. So you're going to go from like being kind of distraught and sad and like not doing that great to like having a freaking hella great time. Okay. So it could just be you, and you might just be going through like a complete extreme. Okay. That's possible. Or you could be dealing with someone else, because it's like, I feel like they're facing each other. So it's almost like it's 2 different people. But again, this could be 2 different sides of you know, your Scorpio-ness. You know, Gemini ain't got nothing on Scorpios sometimes. Okay, we can be 2, 3, 10 people too. But you know, I do feel like whatever it is, it's going to be, you know, so like, in other words, if this is your partner, for instance, if it's a romantic thing, like they might be kind of down, and you might be like really wanting to go out and have fun and socialize. Okay, so there could be, you know, that. So I think you just need to find a happy medium, okay, between the 2 of you, you know, compromise a little bit, you know, that sort of deal. But if this is just you, different aspects of you, and then I do believe, like, if you have been down and out, and like her body positioning is like this, like, oh, woe is me, you know, kind of thing, then I think, you know, then you're going to be happier with the 3 of Cups. It's a card of abundance and love and fun and, you know, all those good things. Plus, you do have the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. So really nice. Ooh, all right. Oh my. Ooh, full card, Page of Earth. Yeah, you got some good cards going down at the bottom of the deck there, Scorpio. Okay, oh, I didn't want to put those back, actually. Let me put those over here so we can keep going. All right, so Sagittarius. All right, let's see what's on deck for Sagittarius for the next day or so. So we've got the Seven of Wands. That's such a it's just such a Sagittarius card to me. And I can't remember if it is. Seven is the Seven of Wands. I can't remember, but it just this in this deck, this is definitely a Sagittarius card to me because it's a unicorn and it's just so unique and like just is so doing its own thing, so Sagittarian, but with this like old antique saddlebag, you know, I don't know if you can see the detail of that or not, but you know, thrown over its back, which still, you know, it's cool because most of the Sagittariuses I've met have been like so obviously like old souls. I mean, they just are, you know, they just go back. They reach back into the roots of time. All of the Sagittariuses I met, even the ones that weren't spiritual, they have that thing about them. So let's see what else is going on here. So the Seven of Wands, that's good. You know, it's mostly about having courage to be yourself and to be unique. So I would say that's very important in the next couple days. And all right. And last one. Okay. All right. Ooh, all right. Temperance is at the bottom of the deck too. It's actually Patience in this deck, but it's your card. So okay, so definitely like I said, you know, I feel like with the Seven of Wands, it is a card of very much, sometimes it's a card of needing to stand up for yourself, okay, and kind of defend yourself, that sort of thing. But it's to me, it's since it is a unicorn, it's so unique, and it's got all these like sparks of life around it, right? And then, like I said, this tie to like old roots and culture and things like that. So it's very unique. So this could be maybe you are of a unique ethnicity or a mixture or something of that kind of sort, and it's very unique, you know, to you or your environment or what have you, or it's maybe those types of things are interesting to you or what have you. Whatever it is that makes you unique, don't be afraid to use that in the next day or two. Okay. Now we do have the Ten of Pentacles here, the Two of Wands, the Queen of Air. So for some of you, this could be, somebody else had this too. So, I mean, I guess if you're cross-watching, you'd run across it. For some of you, I mean, a rare few of you, this could mean, because it would be strange that just would happen to be happening tomorrow or the next day. But this does kind of lean a little bit towards divorce, okay? Because we have the Ten of Pentacles here. We have the Two of Wands, which is like kind of walking through the gates and making a big choice. And then we have this Queen of Air, which is a lot of times can be cutting people out. And since the Ten of Pentacles a lot of times can represent marriage, you know, and we do have the Fool card, which is a clean slate and a new start. So for others of you, this could be walking out of a job, walking out of a career, walking out of, you know, what have you. It could be, or none of those. I mean, maybe you're walking into these things too, you know, because the Queen of Swords doesn't have to mean cutting things out. I mean, a lot of times it does. But it could also just mean studying something, you know, becoming more wise and taking a very logical choice or approach. Because I do feel like you do have a choice within the next day or two with the Two of Wands, but I feel like you've molded over and like you know what you want and you have like insight into what you need to do. You know that there's like a few things that you're going to have to take care of, but you're willing to maybe turn it into the Queen of Swords to get it done. All right. So she's like not so emotionally attached to things. She thinks more logically and strategically. Okay, so I feel like logic and strategic are probably where your mindset is going to be for the next couple days. Definitely stand up for yourself and show your unique individuality. Be courageous. Okay, that is very important, especially when it comes to family or to the or if you are married, or if you know, it could even be something in regards to your stability or a position at work. Maybe there's some sort of unique niche that you could fill there, and you know, now is the time to kind of bring it up. You know, that could be too. Again, use your intuition with those things. Don't just go based on a tarot reading or something. You know, make sure, you know, sit with that stuff for a little bit and see if you feel it. You know, if that feels right for you. But with the Two of Wands, these it's interesting. Both these cards have that type of saddlebag. Okay, and you know, a lot of the cards in this deck are people. They're not usually animals. So this could be somebody too who does have a particular connection with animals. That may be because there's not that many animals in that deck, and you've got two of them, and they're both on antique saddlebags. But what's really cool is, you know, you have this unique Here's the other thing, though. I want to stress because I just realized that as I'm looking. Sometimes things come a little bit later, but I was really stressing the be unique, be this, be that, and all that, and be courageous, and I still stand by that. However, I am noticing something now too, is that on this one the unicorn is alone, and on this and going back, like towards the past, whereas this one is moving forward and has a rider and a light. Okay, so actually, I'm going to take back a little bit what I said, and but a little. Let me explain. So yes, I do feel like individuality and courage and all of those good things, that's always fantastic. However, not when it becomes your detriment, not when it becomes your badge. So for others, so I'm trying to encourage you to be unique, but for some of you, maybe you are already that and you are addicted to that. So if that is the case, if like you're wearing that as your badge, like I'm so unique, I'm so different, and I go my own way, and this is the way I do things, and all that, maybe it's maybe that's kind of time to turn that around a little bit and start incorporating, inclusion, including others in things, or just thinking things a little bit through where you can take your unique individuality, but you can fit it in with wisdom, because they're carrying the lamp like the hermit, with wisdom into moving forward into something even more progressive. Okay, so don't get too caught up on that either. All right. But all in all, I think with the Fool card, I think this is fantastic. I think it's a card of a clean slate. So for some of you too, if this has anything to do with like anything with court, with the Queen of Swords here, I would suggest then, don't march in being all your unique, crazy, whack self. It's like, yes, it's cool, show a little bit of that because that is you, but also understand that you need to kind of include others in your circle at times too. And sometimes we need to play the game, but within, our own uniqueness. Okay. And it can be done. I do it like every day. So, don't think it can't. All right. And with the Fool card, clean slate. So I really like that. I think that's good. Off to a new adventure, something good. All right. Okay. So we are on, Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn. Oh, all right. Whoa, so we got the World card. We've got the Page of Swords. All right, let's see what else we have here for Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay. Ooh, Chariot at the bottom. Okay, Capricorn. So, we do have the World card here. So there's definitely, the World card usually indicates some sort of closure to something like fairly significant or some sort of new cycle. So it's either or. So something fairly significant within the next day or two, or, maybe it's this week, whatever. But, good in this vicinity of time. The World card indicates definitely something that is coming to an end, and you have a new start, or maybe something's already come to an end and you're absorbing that and you're ready for your new start. That could be because you have the Ace of Pentacles here too. But with the Page of Swords, pages are always messengers, they bring messages. But this one, she's a lot different than the typical Page of Swords. She looks a lot older. She doesn't look like a kid. And the other thing is too, she's very, there's a lot of freedom attached to this card. So something I don't necessarily associate, with a typical Page of Swords and like the Rider-Waite deck. So the thing about this is, it's got a very ethereal type thing too. But I feel like you're going to experience some sort of freedom, of like your first feeling of freedom, like within the next day or two of something, okay? Of just being open, like you're going to tell the truth about something, or you're going to message somebody, or somebody's going to message you, and it may not be the best, like if you're messaging them, it might not be the best news, or if they're messaging you, it might be a little maybe immature the way they wrote you or something like that, but there's just something freeing about it that it's like, and it's like this sense of closure is what I sense here. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles and Justice. So for some of you, I mean, with justice and air and all of the and moral, this could definitely, if you're involved with anything with court or anything like that, this is all good. Okay, very good cards for you because the Ace of Pentacles would indicate some sort of offer, and justice is a very favorable card. With the Chariot being here at the bottom of the deck, indicates to me victory of some sort. So for that, yeah, that would be great. But it could all be all kinds of things. The Ace of Pentacles could be some sort of offer of work. That could be. It could be a possible new person stepping in. Libra, very possible. Capricorn, Libra is usually a fairly common match, so it could be something like that. But there's just this sense of like truth, groundedness, new beginnings, going on here within the next couple days. I think you're starting to sense it and feel it. Whether or not it's like totally all happening in the next day or so, I don't know about that, but I get the sense that this is definitely in motion, and but you're feeling it, like it. And there's already evidence of it, is what I would assume. And you do have the Chariot card here at the bottom of the deck, so it could be dealing with Cancer or Scorpio also. But it's an energy of victory. So of reining things in. Seven of Cups too, so definitely could be dealing with a Scorpio. And you have three of Pentacles here. Page of Wands. You got a lot of messages, Emperor, messages and things going on. So I feel like there's something here that is closing pretty big time, but it's moving towards something that's going to be a solid new start for you. And it's a good start. It's a good start for where you're at, like to build something more freeing, I feel, like more suitable for you. So, and again, that could be a relationship. It could be a new project. It could be work. It could even just be a car, maybe, signing the loan and, because it could be legal stuff with that and getting, the perfect car, whatever it may be. It just seems like it's suitable for you to be in that closure section. Okay, so let's see. That was Capricorn. So we are on Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius for the next day or so, please. Okay. All right. So we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is usually some sort of message coming through. All right. Could be a short trip of some sort. Like a little day trip. Okay. We have the Four of Swords, Four of Cups, and give me, whoops, no. Too many. Okay, it's like 6 cards, sorry. Maybe one more card for Aquarius, please. Aquarius for energy for the next day or so. Oh, really? All right, one more. Hang on. Okay. Aquarius. Ooh, Tower also? Okay, good. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I didn't want to leave you off on that one because it wasn't a good card. All right. And, it's like, the thing is, it's like I knew if I pull more, because that's usually what happens with negative cards. It's like eventually they turn around. So I didn't want to leave you on the, like, sucky stuff. Because I know that because when you do tarot enough, you see that. I mean, it's like you get crappy cards, but then it's like at the bottom of the deck are like amazing cards because you know that you got to go through something crappy and then something good happens, right? That just seems the way things go these days. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way, but that does seem to be very common. So, all right, so there's the Eight of Wands here. So there could be like some kind of short trip, some sort of something like that, but most likely it's messages. All right, the Eight of Wands is usually some sort of activity or busyness. Maybe you're just really, really busy. But the Eight of Wands is usually indicative of a message coming through. Okay, and you have the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. So this is huge contemplation energy, all right? So I feel like you are totally in your head about this message, like just really, 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 really like contemplating it, thinking it over. The Four of Swords can indicate meditation, but mostly, I feel like with these two, these are contemplative, contemplative. I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. type cards, and since it comes right after the message, that's what I'm getting. And then we have the Three of Swords, so that's where I was like, I'm not going to leave you on that, and I'm glad I didn't because we have some good stuff coming up here. So the Three of Swords, though, I think what ultimately happens is this message comes in. And I feel like with the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups, like you are really, really contemplating like the meaning of like, oh, what do they mean by that? Or what do they, what do they really want? Or what's the hidden agenda or what have you? So it could be work related. It could be love interest. It could be family, whatever it means to you. And I feel like the conclusion you come up with is the Three of Swords. So I feel like it's the Three of Swords is an energy of feeling like betrayed, or feeling like there's a third party in the situation, or feeling heartbroken over something, or disappointed. Okay, so it's that type of energy, and I don't think that hits you right at once. So I feel like the message comes in and you contemplate it, and from that contemplation you end up at disappointment. Is kind of the scenario I see. However, and that may be, I mean, maybe it is disappointing. I'm not saying it wasn't. It just seems like the contemplation really kind of adds to, like, it's like the fuel to the fire kind of thing. But we do have the Tower card and the Wheel. All right. So Fortune's Wheel, it is called in this deck, but it's the Wheel of Fortune. So whenever you see the Tower card and the Wheel, that is a huge, and I mean huge, combo. So this is just daily energy. So I'm not going to say it's going to like change your life or, anything like that. For some of you, it could be though. When you see the Tower and the Wheel, that's usually something fairly significant. For others of you, it could just be something that's like a little bit of a turnaround, But whatever this is, I feel like it's going to put some ends. Yeah, there you go. Some ends to some burdens with this Ten of Wands. I'll give you one more card to see where that's going. Let me use a different deck, because that's pretty intense cards. I mean, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like, it can be, at times, because something needs to get you out of this energy, because this is being stuck. This is like contemplating way too much. And then like nursing heartbreak, or, like out of that, so it's not getting you anywhere. Yeah, it's just adding confusion. I got the Five of Wands here. Okay, so give me one card on the Tower, please, for Aquarius. Okay, Knight of Swords. So something's going to come in real quick and change, all right? There's going to be, something, either you are just going to, like, say, no more of this shit, we're like with the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords and that type of energy, and like all of a sudden you're like, F this, I'm going to shake things up and get moving and go grab what in the hell I want, because that's what the Knight of Swords does. They just charge full steam ahead, right? So that could be, you want your happiness, Ten of Cups. Or it could be a person coming towards you as well. So, or just an energy in general of something. Maybe it's a message. Like I said, if it's work related, it could just be something like coming in very quickly for you. But the Tower and the Knight of Swords is quick. It's sudden. It's erratic. It's unexpected. That kind of energy. Okay, that's the second time the Five of Wands fell out. So it could have something to do with a competition, or something that you thought was very competitive or very confusing, okay? Could be a lot of different things with the Five of Wands. But the thing is about the Five of Wands is, it's like, the thing is there's all these people battling, right? But what it takes to win is risk and desire. That's the thing about the Five of Wands. So it's like you got to take a risk, because, I mean, there's all these people and they're all just hitting their clubs together doing the same thing. So you got to desire to win, all right? And then you got to take the risk, and do something a little different than everybody else. And I feel like that's what's going to turn this wheel for you, all right? So it's like really honing in, going to get what you want. And, if it takes a little risk, that's fine, but have the desire to stand behind it. I feel like something good is going to change for you guys. No more like sitting around with the contemplation thing and looking at this message. So if it's a message, like maybe it was some sort of work message that came to them, maybe it was a particular job you wanted, and you're sitting around analyzing it, and then you're kind of heartbroken over it, like, oh, I'm probably not going to get it. Or, they didn't really say if I was getting the job or not. Well, then hell, get the Knight of Swords. Just if you make up your mind, don't let talk yourself out of it. Like, oh, there's too much competition, I'll never get it. Get on your horse, with the sword, and charge and take the risk and just show the desire that you have for this, or what have you. That type of energy. So apply that to whatever situation. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, please. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands. Oh, wow, the Empress. Okay. What else going on? So we have 2 threes. So moving forward into something, probably. What else do we have for Pisces, please? Pisces. Okay, and no. 8 of them. Okay, 8 of point. What are those two? Okay. Oh, 3 threes. Okay, wow. All right. Because we have the Empress, which is a 3 also. So we have the three of fire, 3 of wands, the Empress, the 3 of earth, 3 of pentacles. We have the 10 of swords, and we have the 8 of pentacles. All right. So this is going to be like a kind of a little bit of a confusing, type read, because we do have the 10 of swords here, but we have the Empress as well. All right. So for some of you with 3s, I always look at those as beginnings. I mean, aces and tarot are pretty much beginnings, but 3s to me, because I just kind of go by like numerology type stuff, and 3s to me personally have always felt like more of like the beginning of something, the beginning of something rooted. All right. So when we have the 3 of wands here too, a lot of times this is a timing card for me. So it usually indicates something within the next 3 weeks, especially since we're doing more of like daily energy. Because sometimes I go with 3 months, but I'm going to go with weeks since we're doing daily reads. And with the Empress here, now for some of you, I mean, the Empress, I always got to mention it, as all of us tarot readers dread mentioning it because it's going to only apply for a couple, but it is a card of pregnancy. So, fertility. So there's some of you that could be expecting soon, especially with these 3s, because it's like, there was two people and now there's going to be 3, so that could definitely happen for sure. Or if you've been trying to get pregnant, you might receive some new information or something that you might want to try and work on. That's possible. If you've been trying to get pregnant and there's been to no avail, there might be something else out there that you might discover that it might work better for you, but I don't want to get your hopes up too much because I'm not sure about that. So I'm gonna stay away from that so much. But if you are like actually just normally, you find out maybe in the next couple of days you are pregnant, then awesome, it's really good. So but for most of you, that's not going to apply. So the Empress just a lot of times just means some sort of this could be a person. This could be like a mom. This could be a wife. This could be, it could just be somebody who is it could be a Taurus. It could be a Cancer, because for me, sometimes Empress is Cancer. It could be 50 million things. But it's also, again, the card for fertility and abundance. Okay, so there could be something really good coming towards you in the next 3 weeks that will bring some sort of growth or abundance for you. Okay, and especially with the 3 of Pentacles, because it makes me think like there might be some sort of something that you might collaborate with someone, and they might be from another country or something like that. That could be that is maybe just starting to get into the works now, but maybe in about 3 weeks or so, it might be ironed out a little bit better. But there's something here about like working with others in a very small group, though, probably 3 people most likely, or very, very small group, that is going to be encouraging to you, okay, and really expand things for you. Now, you do have the 10 of Swords, so I do feel like there's something here that you definitely have to let go of, or there's a possibility, for some of you, this could be like you've started some sort of new project, and because of that, it's like maybe you didn't do such a great job at your regular job, because the 10 of Swords can indicate like a firing at times. Not necessarily. And it would be only if you have like something else going on the side that has taken your attention away and like you kind of know it's coming. Okay, so that could be. So it wouldn't be like a surprise firing. I don't have the Tower card or anything like that. For others of you, whatever this is, it's the end of something. Okay, so something here is like going to be done. There's just no more, it's just not happening. But the thing is, like, I don't see this being a huge disappointment for you. So I feel like with the 8 of Pentacles, like it's sort of more of a release. Like it's like a good thing. Like you're kind of being released from something in order to do something that is way more suited for you. Okay, now this could be music or something creative, or I don't know. I see a lot of creativity here with this 3 of Pentacles, the Empress card, and this 8 of Pentacles. I see a lot of creativity. So I think that's really good. So there's something here, I feel like, especially for you guys who are working on some sort of creative project, there might be something about hooking up with somebody that is you know, across the pond, as they say, you know, or you know, just from a different country, or somebody that's fairly far away, and just networking within a very small group of you, there might be something to that could help flourish your career. Or maybe that, you know, maybe that's what doesn't work out. That's possible too. But there is still something that is favorable about it. And, you know, because the Eight of Pentacles is sometimes too just about working by yourself. It's about throwing yourself into your work, throwing yourself into your talent, becoming a master at your skill, and like not giving up. You got to keep learning everything there is to know, but enjoy that process along the way. And as you do that, like, the money or whatever, the rewards or whatever it is that you're hoping to gain from it will keep coming in and in and in. Okay. So, I mean, it's overall very positive type reading. I feel like if there is a collaboration, it's good for you, but it may end. You know, it may come to an end, but it's positive. Like, it's a good thing that you did it, or reached out to them, or they reached out to you, or what have you. So, and that could be in whatever capacity. If you're in a third-party situation, because for some of you, this could be love. I don't really see it that way, though. I really just don't. I mean, to me, this seems like a career or like a life choice type reading of moving towards your creativity. So actually, I'm not even going to go over it if it is, and I'm sorry if you're like, yeah, I am in a third party, but it's just not the right. It's not going to resonate. You know, it's not the right reading. I don't feel for you. I don't get that sense from this. So it's mostly about creativity, I feel, and purpose and collaborating with others, and some of that may work, some of it may not, but that's okay. It's still good to explore that, and can, you know, don't shortcut it and say, well, then I'm just not going to collaborate. You should do it because you have the Empress here. It's going to grow you and expand you in some way. But then I think ultimately it will be you kind of working on your own skill, craft, creativity, what have you. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed these, and I'll see you back in a couple days. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I stopped putting time frames on things. All right. But if you did enjoy these, please consider subscribing. I just pop up at random and do all kinds of random videos. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Bye.